question again.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Minister for the Environment and Energy. Will the Minister update the House on the benefits for renewable energy in the government's budget savings omnibus bill?
The Minister for the Environment and Energy.
Well, thank you, Mr Speaker, and I thank the member for Murray for his question. And everyone in this place is familiar with his success on the football field before he came into this place. But he would even admit that paying back Labor's debt is harder than winning a premiership, Mr Speaker. But we on this side of the House have a great ruckman in the Treasurer. We have a great full forward in the Finance Minister. We have a great captain coach in the Prime Minister, and we have the Eddie Betts of the Australian Parliament, that nippy forward, the member for Sturt, Mr Speaker. Now, Mr Speaker, the Omnibus Bill is good news for the renewable energy sector because we've been able to restore $800 million in grants for the renewable energy sector through ARENA, while keeping the $10 billion Clean Energy Finance Corporation intact, Mr Speaker. Now, ARENA has already committed more than $1 billion worth of funding in grants, Mr Speaker, with more than 250 projects. This includes turning biomass into biofuel at Curtin University. This includes a solar thermal project through the ANU. And in fact, Mr Speaker, as the Prime Minister knows, solar technology, solar cells technology around the world by 2018, more than 60% of it can be traced back to research done in Australia, Mr Speaker. And just last week, the Turnbull government oversaw a $92 million solar round by ARENA, which funded 12 different projects, 6 in Queensland, 5 in New South Wales and 1 in Western Australia, Mr Speaker. Now, these 12 projects will generate more than $1 billion of private sector investment, create more than 2,000 jobs and create enough energy to fuel 150,000 homes, Mr Speaker. And when they went out to tender last September, ARENA was only expecting 200 megawatts of power for their $90 to $100 million. In fact, they got 480 megawatts of power, which shows you the development, the changes that are taking place in the renewable energy sector. Mr Speaker, this government has a 23.5% target for renewable energy by 2020, and we are on track with currently 15%, Mr Speaker. We've got the right balance between affordable and accessible and reliable energy while we transition to a lower emissions future. We've done all that while paying back Labor's debt, without the cash for clunkers, without the disastrous carbon tax, without the green loans, without the pink bats, and without that Athenian model of democracy, that Citizens' Assembly, Mr Speaker.